in our first guest of the evening, Tyrese Haliburton. Congratulations, Tyrese, on the big win here. You go off and score 22, 11 assists. I mean, when you score 20 or more, you're now 8-1 in this postseason. Listen, we got to talk about the bench. We got to talk about your defense. But let's start with you in that first half. We were wondering if you would take more of an initiative and be more aggressive after not taking very many first half shots in game 1 and 2. How much of that was your focus coming into tonight?
I think just being aggressive. It's not about, shooting so many shots, trying to get downhill, trying to get 2 feet in the paint. I think that's my job as a point guard. And then from there, I can figure it out. So just trying to, make the adjustments that, I've been watching a lot of film over the last couple of days, preparing. His defense is interesting. They got a lot of guys at point of attack. They mix it up. They mix up coverages, all that stuff. So just trying to make adjustments on the fly. It's basketball. There's ebbs and flows. Not every game is going to be perfect. I'm going to have rough games, but it's all about how I respond. And how we respond as a group.
You talk about OKC's depth, but your depth with the Pacers, just everybody stepping up, being able to knock down the three, get to the paint. But can you talk about Ben Mathurin and TJ McCollum just coming in and doing a great job of changing the momentum, obviously speeding up the pace of the game and just playing under control?
Yeah, I just thought they did a good job. We really needed that boost, especially in the second quarter. We had a rough first quarter. Second unit came, brought energy. When TJ gets those steals, the building really gets into it. Ben was amazing getting downhill, not overthinking things. I thought he did a great job operating the pick and roll, just rising up and shooting over guys, getting downhill. He just made play after play. Our whole second group did. Honestly, our second group really won us the game, So, shout out to those guys.
So what is the deal with Siakam? Why he go from passive to aggressive from game to game? Because, he was fantastic tonight. You got going later and early, obviously. But why is he so up and down as far as just being aggressive?
I don't think that's a fair assessment, to be honest with you. I think the way that they guard, he operates so well in the mid-post. But you got to understand, when he's catching in the mid-post, they're talking about rotating the guy fully from the baseline. They just got hands, and they're swarming the ball. So we're just trying to make reads play the right way. Thought he did a great job operating today. It's hard when you catch it at the nail where he really likes to operate. The way they guard is just boxes and elbows. So we got to do a much better job of giving him the correct spacing and just figuring it out. But I think from game to game, just taking what the defense gives you, I thought he did a great job setting the tone. We just followed his lead.
And, Chuck, that's the polite way of saying that he doesn't agree with you. What you're saying is wrong. But anyway, everybody's talked about the defense of OKC in this series. But your defense for this team tonight in Game 3, you forced 17 turnovers, 21 points off turnovers. Was there anything from a defensive adjustment from Game 2 to Game 3 here tonight that you guys did?
I thought we just did a great job of showing hands, showing bodies. First half we were rough, but I thought we did a great job of just adjusting as the game went on. The way that they play with Shea getting downhill all the time, you really got to show gaps. You really got to present yourself, be in to out. If we're spread out and give him that space, he's the best in the world at taking advantage of those double gaps. So we got to do a great job of just corralling, staying in. Andrew Nembhard was great on him today. I thought Ben Shepherd's minutes were great on him today. But I thought we just did a great job collectively of being in to out. Now, we gave up a couple Lou Dort swing threes. Guys got, made some shots from the outside. But I think that's got to be the emphasis when you guard these guys. You got to be in to out. If you're spread out, that's what they want. They want double gaps so they can drive, get fouls, all those things, and get downhill. So we just got to do a great job presenting ourselves.
And as a player that's trying to play and win your first NBA championship, what can you say about y'all's mindset? Because the key is to not get too high, get too low, but it seems like you all have the ability always to bounce back after losses. What's the secret in trying to get Game 4?
Just taking it one day at a time. You can, enjoy this, and, I'm sure for the rest of tonight and all tomorrow, everybody's going to be talking so positive about us, so poor about them. That's how basketball is covered. That's just how it works. So you got to block out the outside noise. We got to come in, watch film as a group, take care of our bodies. Everybody's got to watch film, see where we can get better, and not pay so much attention to the outside noise, just controlling what we can right now, taking it a day at a time. That's the way you have to approach it, just take it a day at a time. Because if you try to think so much about what happens if we win or what happens if, it can get away from you, and it goes like that. So not taking any day for granted, and just taking it a day at a time.
Hey, what did it feel to have a halftime lead?
I know, right? It's our first time forever. Felt good. But then we relaxed, come out the third, and then they hit us for 6 straight, So, with the way these games flow, no lead is ever safe. All these games, it's just 1 or 2 possessions, and then before you know it, it's close again. So we got to do a better job coming to half.